Good morning. How you folks doing today? Hey, Comic Sans. Good morning. How are you? Going to a cabin in the woods this weekend. Oh, I got bad news for you. That's not a good idea. Just kidding. Hope you have fun, man. That sounds fun. I suppose you could be terrorized by monsters. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've never seen the movie. Hey, Diet Salt. Where'd you get the bow? Yes. Crafted. I've crafted 2 bows, actually. One was awful and one was poor. Hey, Antique Raven. Do the rest of you guys have any fun plans for your weekend? Oops, I forgot to put stream starting on the stream. The stream is starting. We gotta make sure all the cogs are spinning. All the lights are turned on. We gotta make sure the streamer's here. Anybody else do anything fun this weekend? Any fun plans? Watching episode 5 of this Iceberg series. Hey Volrath, how are you today? Actually, episode 5 of the Iceberg series should be released. Did I set the schedule wrong? Uh-oh, I may have scheduled it wrong. No, it's scheduled for 10 a.m. October 3rd. Today's October 3rd, right? October 3rd, 10 a.m. Why is it not released? I guess I should be out any minute now. Can't stop yawning. Any second now. Oh, there it is. Okay. After all, why shouldn't you go give it a thumbs up? Go give it a thumbs up. Give the YouTube stream a thumbs up too while you're at it. Also, you may as well leave a comment while you're at it. Helps out with the algorithm. I'll smash that thumbs up button when I watch it on Sunday. I guess you could do it that way. I suppose. Okay, let's play video games. Not this one. Different video game. What should happen to the cut palm? What? What do you mean? Yeah, I'm playing the paperclip game on my other monitor. I was thinking about getting a third monitor. You guys use three monitors? I need one for the paperclip game. In what situation would you cut it? The palm tree? No situation. I'm not going to cut it ever. Chat will get really angry at me. Is this paperclip game just an idle game? Just an idle game? No. You clearly have never played the paperclip game before, have you? Kind of weird having a daily option to watch a kind of impossible challenge, but I'm loving it. First of all, nothing's impossible in RimWorld. Second of all, I'm glad you're enjoying it. Thanks for being here. Nothing's impossible in Waterworld. Except for something being free. That is impossible. Nothing's free in Waterworld. Well, I didn't say the palm tree wouldn't get destroyed. We had it get destroyed last run from a shuttle crash. I will say I am concerned about what will happen with mech clusters. I am worried about that. Honestly, though, they might just not happen because there's not enough space. Oh, there's going to be a lot of paper references once we get the 300 wood for that. Oh my god. Did you test in dev mode with bridges and shuttles? No.
Anyway, I started blasting. Bang!
Been enjoying your streams and videos lately. Thanks.
The what videos? The YouTube videos. Sorry for laughing at that. Thank you so much for resubbing. The YouTube videos. Man, I don't know why that made me laugh so much. Glad you've been enjoying them. I do have text-to-speech, yeah. Anything above 100 bits, any subs or resubs, any gifted subs, you get text-to-speech. Videos. We need to make the text-to-speech say YT more often. Hey, did you guys know that if you sub right now, you get 3 months of super Duolingo for free? Is that something that people care about? I saw that this morning. I was like, okay, that's neat. It's cool, I guess. Did you just get 3 months of super Duolingo for resubbing? Duolingo is a language learning app, and Super Duolingo is like their premium version, I think. It might show up in your, like, Twitch alerts. Wait, where's my herbal? In your notifications, I mean. I only want to learn swear words, though. Yeah, I reckon Duolingo probably doesn't teach you swear words. That's what we're for. What language do you want to learn swear words in? Actually, you know what? Let's see about... There's also Duolingo Max. Costs you twice as much, but you get some AI conversational options. Jeez. They're really nickel and diming you, aren't they? Well, if you're already using Super Duolingo, I don't know if the 3 months free does anything for you, but maybe it does. Maybe you can just add it on. I don't know. Sometimes they add extra stipulations on those things, like you need to have never paid us money before. You know, say what you will about AI, but I feel like language learning is one of the times where AI would be pretty useful. Morning, Zagarius. How are you today? Hey, shooting 9. That's pretty good. Hey, Lecter. Why kill all these animals for leather? And so they won't live on my island. She's all healthy and active. Oh, that's good. The clean and the guinea pigs. No, 59 years old, I don't think I will. Do cloth doors block raiders? Yes, not very well, but they do. They have very little HP. Oh, hello. Let's get some medical XP. He's an envoy. The envoy from the Empire. Forgot I had muscle parasites. Yeah, I know how muscle parasites work, but thank you. Hey, ball goods trader. Ooh, that's a lot of gazelle. You guys have El Pollo Locos where you live? No, they don't have them. They don't have them where I live either. I guess it's only in a few states. The crazy soup? What? Yeah, I think it's the crazy chicken. Isn't that the name of the place from Breaking Bad? Isn't it called El Pollo Loco? $55 what it is. Los Pollos Hermanos. Oh, the Chicken Brothers? Okay, never mind. The Brothers Chicken. Yeah, Twitch is doing like a bounty for El Pollo Locos. You get a free gift card, you order food, you show the food, you get paid money. But I don't have them in my state. Kinda sad. Kinda sad. How much is cross-state delivery? That's asking the hard-hitting questions. Good question. A lot. Alright, we can build traps now. Probably should have saved some of that wood. Guys, episode 5 of the Iceberg Challenge got uploaded to YouTube this morning. If you haven't done so yet, make sure you go give it a thumbs up. Help me out. Leave a comment. More people will end up seeing it. Although I don't know how that works with recommends on the algorithm when you're talking about like episode 5 of a series. If people go back and watch the first episode, I imagine they do. Some people at least. I don't know if YouTube's smart enough to distinguish between those two different things. I shouldn't say YouTube's being smart enough, but... Join the stream late? I've only been streaming for 25 minutes, so you're not that late. Is the same run as yesterday? Yeah. You don't want people starting at episode 5? I don't care where they start, as long as they watch the episodes. They are in a playlist. There is a Iceberg playlist. You need to fish, man. Convert them into shorts. Actually, you know what I need to make into a short is that death from the other day, dying to blood packs. A heat wave. There isn't a 6th episode yet, though, Anti-Graven. We're on episode 5. Oh, is that like a Star Wars joke? That's a Star Wars joke, isn't it? I get it. I get it now. I've seen Star Wars, just more of a Stargate fan. I think we can all agree Stargate is better. Oh, zipped him right in the head. What was the gene pack? I don't know. I can't look now. Debatable? You think there's a debate to be had about Star Wars being better than Stargate? Seriously? Now I know you're trolling. First, this guy says that shortbread cookies aren't the best cookie in existence, and now he's saying that Star Wars is better than Stargate? Oh my god. You know, classic Star Wars, George Lucas read Hero with 1,000 Faces and then took that blueprint and just made a generic hero's adventure in space. You know that, right? It's like the most basic storytelling you possibly can have. You know what that says about you if you think Star Wars is better than Stargate? Ugh. Ugh. Are we talking the Stargate movie or the particular series? All of it. The whole universe of Stargate. The hero's journey is good. There's a reason it's how most stories go. Well, I mean, you're not wrong there. Yeah, that's true. It's why it's so successful in Hollywood, and why most films do follow that outline. But George Lucas didn't even. He went step by step through it. He didn't even add any spice to it. The super advanced aliens explain they allied with humans because we're dumb? Well, you're oversimplifying it a little bit. One of the Asgard told one of the human beings that they valued them because of the way they think. That the Asgard were no longer capable of thinking in that way. And one of them interpreted it as that they thought they were stupid. Yeah, but Colonel O'Neill makes light of everything. That's his character. He's the comic relief. In Star Wars, you know who the comic relief is? Jar Jar Binks. Chance table for each event? I don't think it works like that. I think all events have equal chance of happening. Wouldn't a bed be helpful? Not particularly. Plus, how am I going to make a bed? I'll make a bedroll at some point, but I can't make a bed yet. We could make a campfire. That's probably the best bet. Try to cook some food. Oh, what a time for a daze. Please at least spend your days indoors so you're not dying of heat stroke. She immediately goes outside and starts dying of heat stroke. Are you kidding me, dude? Why does this keep happening to me? I get a sad wander and then an animal gets mad at the exact same time. Okay, well. That sucks. You guys really know how to kick someone when they're down, don't you? You're quite good at that. Do you practice, or does it just come naturally? Yeah, but you're not my older brother. We're not even siblings. We're not related in any way, shape, or form. And yes, I am a younger brother, so... Not that you know. What does siblings fighting have to do with you trying to make the situation worse? I don't get the connection. Parasocial, is that a typo, or did you actually mean to spell it that way? Because that would be a good way to spell it. Asked if it came naturally? Yeah, fair. But that means you practiced, so you're saying it didn't come naturally. You practiced, is what you're saying. Nope, didn't die.
Anyway, I started blasting. Bang!
Sandy, thanks for resubbing, buddy. Thanks for 11 months. Did you get your free 3 months of Super Duolingo by resubbing? I don't know if resubs count. They do, don't they? Or is it only if you're not currently subbed? If you gift a sub, or if you sub, and I don't know if it's only first time subs or resubs, but you're supposed to get 3 free months of Super Duolingo. Last time they gave out 3 months, they gave out 3 months of Apple TV, and I never used it. I got the 3-month trial and then never used it. I meant to, I just didn't. It says get rewards by purchasing or gifting subscriptions to Nonimmerse's channel while they're live in any category. Ends on October 16th. View details.
Here we see Ramos if a natural habit. Will she survive the island, or will an emo end the run? Let's find out.
It says when you buy or gift a new sub. So it's 1, but I don't think resubs count. I don't know. Is there something with Prime as well if you have it? I'm not sure what you mean. Thanks for 100 bits. A 15-year-old girl named Luke. Hmm. Hmm. A good time for Psychic Soothe. How did you get the map? I made it, yeah. It's a custom map. It could be yours for the low, low price of joining Discord. I am in Discord? Oh, well. I guess you can have it. It's pinned in the main chat. If you're interested in it. You could just make it yourself too, it's not very hard to make. I put the palm tree for flavor. For palm flavor. Palm oil flavor. We're gonna start pumping out cosmetics. Yeah, it's not very hard to make. How will I ever come up with artistic masterpiece? I have no idea what you mean. Oh, the map is? I do like the palm tree in the center. That part's nice. The vomit and the blood does not help, if I'm being honest with you. There's a lot of gazelle on the map. I'm gonna be muted for just a minute. Not necessarily. Most trees you have to wait till they're 50% grown. Cactus are a rare exception. Truth be told, I don't know what the ideal percent to cut a cactus is. I've been cutting them at 20 or 30. You can get up to 12 wood from the cactus at full grown, but it takes like 9 days for the cactus to grow all the way. I probably could let the first ones grow a little bit longer. Depends on the type. There's only one type that you can cut for wood in RimWorld, isn't there? Am I mistaken? Sure, but the amount of time that it actually takes to grow to full doesn't seem worth the extra wood in my opinion. Because you're always constantly getting new cactus popping up. Yeah, they're not even in a boat, they just waded in. Like waist deep water, just kinda waded in. Speaking of, let's dismiss them. They don't need to be here. Are you saying the character could walk to shore, or are you saying I could have the character walk to shore? There's a very important difference there. Womp womp. He's going for the traders. Oh, they are shooting him. Oh, perfect. Well, I started making the bow, so. Oh, it's awful. Lovely. My character's stressed. Me too, Ramos. Me too. Whoops, I just knocked over everything on my desk. you start the stream? Thank you for your permission. Sorry, my microphone's muted for just a minute here.
Anyway, I started blasting. Bang!
Safari 10, thanks for using your Prime, man. Thanks for resubbing. Sorry, 1 minute. I'll unmute my microphone in a minute. I mean, I know you can hear me the second, but... Yeah, I don't know what the math is on like growth per day or growth per percent. Cuz you seem to get about half wood at 20%. Let's build an ornate door. Oh yeah, that'd be badass. I really wish my bow wasn't awful. It's so bad. Oops, wrong thing. Kind of wonder why you can't dig sand. I don't know. There's a lot of things in this game that I wonder why you can't do. Come back, Gazelle! Don't leave me! Why did you leave me, Gazelle? Hey, DJ Crumble, how are you today? You can do that in Dwarf Fortress. You can't do that in RimWorld. Although the dwarves' urine is 55% alcohol. Are we going to become a Mechantor this run? No. Probably not. I would like to tame some seals if I can, though. The singer, not the mammal. I don't know. I can't remember the words of that song. Is he the one who sings that fly like an eagle song? Was that the shuttle drop quest or the installation quest? What are you talking about? The one that I just got? That was the Odyssey ship quest. No, I know that, Awesome Nathan. I knew it would take about 9 days to get to grow to full, but my question is how much wood per 10% or how much wood per day? Now the Mechanitor quest starts on the map. You have to destroy the Exostrider. You can get a Mechanitor complex where you can go raid a complex. There's a shuttle that can drop too. Is that right? I guess that sounds sort of correct. Did you guys plan that? Wow, I think we found the bots in chat. Jesus Christ. Yeah, but isn't there actually a quest with a shuttle from Mechanitor that isn't involved with the beginning one? I don't know. I'll take your word for it. So I guess we couldn't do Mechanitor if we wanted to. The gifts and subs were all mask. Well, if you're a bot, you better gift 5 subs then, and I won't feel bad. I won't even feel bad, because you're a bot. Oh my god, we got a sentience catalyst! Use the sentience catalyst. We got ourselves a sentience catalyst. What the fuck am I gonna do with that? I'm gonna take a picture of me holding the sentience catalyst.
Anyway, I started blasting. Bang!
Laura, thanks for the gifted subs. I don't actually believe you're a bot. Hey, we're 10 subs away. We're halfway to the sub goal for the week. And it is Friday, so we got some. We gotta collect some Prime subs here, guys. If you got a Prime sub you're not using, please use it, so we can hit the weekly goal. You know what I saw this morning? I was very shocked to see it. There is. Where did I see that at? There's an option for gifting. How many subs is it? There's an option for gifting 200 subs at once? Dude, $998. Who the fuck would click on that? Who would be like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna drop $998. You gotta really have some like
Anyway, I started blasting. Bang!
filthy rich money if you're dropping $1,000 on gifted subs in one go. I can understand maybe over the course of a year or two, but 200 all at once or drunk? Yeah, that's sad actually, because there probably are people who do really dumb things while drunk like that. Who famously donated over $10 million to streamers. Dude, if I could get $1 million, I would be... life would be a lot easier. I would invest $1 million in the stock market, in VOO. And I'd only take out like 25 grand a year and reinvest the rest of it. Not in EVOO, just VOO. Yeah, that watch hot tub streamers. Yeah, I'm not a beautiful woman enough to do hot tub streams. You'd not use it on, no, I would not use it on anything at all. I'd invest it. No, you can expect a reasonable 10% per year. I'm actually up 27% over the past year. I'm pretty happy about that. Not from VOO though, just from my other investments. I'd purchase a house with no mortgage. Yeah, but you could pay the mortgage easily with just the returns. Why bother? The mortgage rate would be, the interest rate on a mortgage would be lower than the returns that you would get from an ETF. What's the interest rate on houses right now? Like 8% or something? I don't know. I can't afford a house, so I have no idea. Yeah, 7.25%. Yeah, so no, you'd be better off just investing it in an ETF and then take out your mortgage payment, leave the rest in. You'll still make more money that way. You know, over a long enough term, obviously there's going to be years where you don't get 10%, but over a long enough term, you can expect reasonably 10% per year. You'd be losing 7.25% per year. But that still leaves you with what, like an additional 25 grand a year? That's no small amount of money. That's just $1 million. Be nice to have $1 million. I'd live my life exactly how I live it now, though, to be honest with you. My life wouldn't change at all. You'd probably get a better car. I don't own a car. I just walk. So I guess any car would be a better car, wouldn't it? You were looking for one? I remember you talking about it. Yeah, yeah. I've been saving money for an inexpensive used car, which is a bit of a contradiction because they're all like 10 grand for a used car. If you want a car with under 150,000 miles on it, you're gonna spend some money. Cars blow, honestly, just a waste of money. I wish I didn't need one. That's why I don't have one, yeah. Because I can get away with just walking. Everything I need is within walking distance. The only place I go that I need a car to go to is the state park. There's a state park near me that's I like to go hiking and running on the trails. And that's like a 20-minute drive. It'd be pretty unreasonable to walk that. It would take me many hours to walk that. I thought about buying a bicycle, but my problem is there's nowhere that I go that the bicycle would be more convenient than walking. Nah, e-bikes are dumb. What is the point of that? Good argument. It's not an argument. The only benefit I could see would be if you commute to work on a bike and you don't want to be sweaty showing up. But that is completely irrelevant to me. So, to me, e-bikes are dumb. I'm not saying they're dumb for everyone. I'm not saying they're a dumb invention. I'm just saying for me, they're dumb. They don't make any sense for me. Oh my god. How are you supposed to do stuff like get groceries with them? With an e-bike? You get like a basket or a little, what do you call the rack? Like a rear rack? Or the drag behind thing? Yeah, I guess. Up to 306 with that. It's not bad. For me personally, I'd rather just get a nice... Well, I feel like a road bicycle would be a little excessive. I was thinking about getting a gravel bike, but those are expensive. I worry if I get a road bicycle, I'm going to end up like one of those people. You know who I mean? You know who I mean. When I say one of those people and road bicycle in the same sentence, you know you know who I'm talking about. We're all on the same page. One of those people. Can you post a link? Yeah. Well, that sounds more like a criticism of idiots and less of a criticism of e-bikes, but I get where you're coming from. Oh, great, a sad wander. I swear to God, if we get an ostrich mad animal attack in the next 5 minutes when she's sad wandering, I'm just done. I'm just done. I'm gonna go outside. Yeah, that's kind of cool, nice. Yeah, that's fair. I do wonder if there's a more of a draw towards regular bikes for people who are more serious about it or who more enjoy spending time on bicycles. Which would mean they are a little more concerned for the rules. Except mountain bikers, you know, that doesn't... They don't seem to care. Whoa! Okay, well. A little bit of a social fight out here. Aren't there laws regulating how fast e-bikes can be? Or is that just in European countries? I saw a little gang of toddlers on e-bikes. I'm exaggerating when I say toddlers. They were probably teenagers, but I saw a little gang of teenagers on e-bikes the other day, and I thought, that's got to be dangerous. There was like 8 of them, all on e-bikes. And they were all so young. And I thought, man, if I was that age, we would have been doing very stupid things. I'm sure they were. And again, I suppose it's pretty easy to do all of these same sort of reckless things on a bicycle. Bicycles go pretty fast, too. Although I guess the people who go fast on bicycles are more trained. Alright, we're back up to 20 wood. Oh shit, am I starving? I kinda wanted to build a shelf this time, but that might be a little excessive. E-bikes are only supposed to go up, legally only supposed to go up to either 20 miles per hour or 28 miles per hour, depending on the type. I guess you probably only expect a road cyclist to be going 15 to 20 miles per hour, unless they're like elite. Yeah, Pillow Kitty, there's the ones that are like e-bikes that just pedal assist. They don't have a throttle. They just assist you to make the pedaling easier. And to me that seems totally fine. That's why, you know, it's I think it's highly dependent on the type of e-bike and the regulations of where you live. Around here, everyone rides their bike on the road, so maybe it's just one of those things I'm not used to. I'm not disagreeing with you guys. I can see how that would be too fast for a cycling lane, but... it seems very regional. The problem seems very regional. You know what's the worst? Just to completely go on a tangent here, you know what people have become obsessed about around here? Golf carts. These mother effers with their golf carts. They'll drive right down the sidewalk in their golf cart. Like, what do you think this is? There's no golf range. There's no golf courses around here. Dude, I see people taking their babies out on golf courts, or you know what's even worse is those big all-terrain vehicles, like the not four-wheelers, like not like quads, but like the bigger UTV. Is that the better term for it? UTV? They're the bigger ones that have like the roofs and stuff that are not street legal, but people are just rolling around in those things on the road like they're cars. I see people just carrying their babies. Like, dude, you might think you're a good driver, but what, it takes 2 seconds for somebody to T-bone you, and then what? I have zero complaints about cyclists, but man, those people. Golf carts and UTVs. I don't know where this fad came from, but it has absolutely popped up, and around here people are obsessed with it. I went to get a tire fix the other day, and I was talking to the mechanic at the shop, and he was complaining about the golf cart owners, and I was laughing my ass off. Like, yes, tell me more about how awful they are. Yeah, we'll get that hauled in. Rich white suburbanites? They're not. I don't live in a rich neighborhood though. I live in like a farming community. It is the suburbs, so it's kind of like adjacent to a farming community. But no one around here is really rich. Just middle class. Lower middle, maybe. I'm certainly not rich. I'm poor as hell. My neighbors aren't rich. Some people around here certainly act like it, though. I saw somebody last night. It was a mom and her son. Her son must have been 8 years old, and the son was driving the golf cart while she's just chilling in the passenger seat. And they're on the road. Like, dude, how is this different than you driving a car? I guess the police don't care, though. I've never once in my life seen one of them pulled over. Never. Never heard of any of them getting in trouble. No, I have not seen police and one of these people in the same spot at the same time, no. There's like one person watching who has a golf cart and drives it to the to the liquor store, and we're really alienating that one person right now. They already tuned out. Sorry, guy. Never seen anyone take them off course though? You're lucky. We don't have them. People don't drive the golf carts on the road. They drive them on the sidewalks. That's the problem. But they do drive the UTVs, if you're familiar with what a UTV is. If you Google UTV, you'll see. It's like an ATV, but bigger. They're usually 4-seaters. When they take up the whole sidewalk, yes, that is exactly the problem. Like, they literally take up the entire sidewalk. Now you see why it's frustrating. It's obnoxious. That's why I brought this up, because people were talking about bicycles on the sidewalk, and I'm thinking, man, I have to deal with golf carts on the sidewalk. That is obnoxious. The worst part is, I live in a really small town, and everything's in walking distance. Like, there's absolutely nothing that you need a golf cart for. Like, the furthest thing from there's a couple different, like, residential developments around a central commercial area, and the very furthest house might be maybe a mile, 2 miles at most to the furthest commercial point. Like, there's nowhere you would need to go that you can't just walk. But nope, a mile walk, too far. Gotta get a golf cart. I feel like this is a very United States problem. People in European countries can't possibly be suffering this kind of problem. You live in the boonies? No, I don't actually. I live on the outskirts of a small to medium city. Our city has, oh, I don't know, what is it, like 250,000 people? 200,000 people as of May of 2024. It's not quite a suburb of the city. It would be more like an exurb of the city, if you know what that means. Is that how it is where you are, Pillow Kitty? Not very many sidewalks? I don't remember any of the previous deaths I had. I blacked them out. Blocked them out. It's nuts, you literally had John Wick? Dude, that was so frustrating. Yeah, I'm a big runner. I love running. I run a lot. 5 times a week I go running. And I'll see other runners out and about, and there's some people who, I avoid it completely, but there are some people who will run along the main highway. And the shoulder of the road is tiny. There's cars flying by at 60 miles an hour. Man, I don't know how they do it. Can't believe more people don't get hit. That's the crazy thing. We don't have that many sidewalks around here. Really? You can register them to be street legal where you live? Really? That's crazy. I don't know if you can around here. I never looked into it that far. Wouldn't they be really fuel inefficient? Wait, are you talking about golf carts or UTVs? Golf carts are electric, so you just plug them into the wall. I have seen a couple people who convert them to gasoline powered, and those things are obnoxious as hell. But the vast majority of golf carts are electric. Thanks for the 1 bit. In before self-tamed rat? We haven't gotten any rats on this map yet. We get iguanas. You can see a self-tamed iguana. Hey, Miranda. You got a new washing machine installed. Oh, that's nice. Are you giving it a Tesco? Dromedaries are basically like giant rats, right? With really long legs. Had any animal transport pods yet? Animal transport pods. I don't think I've ever seen one of those. They're camels. Are you saying camels are rats? Yeah. Do those golf carts have to have safe, just like seatbelts, Zacharias? Yeah, they're desert rats. Big old desert rats. Alright, get drunk and do some tailoring. I mean, have you ever had a rat scratching in your walls? It's not good, but have you ever had a camel scratching inside of your walls or a dromedary? My God, dude. It's a nightmare. An absolute nightmare. Eh, we may just try to get some more camel hide. What's wrong with front loader washing machines? I don't think I've ever had a front loader washing machine, so I don't know what the difference is. They wear out a lot faster than top load? Oh, okay. I don't think I've ever used a front load washing machine. Seems like they'd leak easier, but... Yeah, water spills out. Okay. That would have been my guess. Well, that seems simultaneously racist and sexist. I don't know how I feel about that comment. I'm led to believe they're easy to get stuck in. Aren't those dryers that they're getting stuck in? I've always seen front load dryers. They're getting stuck in the front load dryers. I mean, sure, climb into a dryer, but who climbs into a washer? Like plug and send things in fabric softener? Okay, well, you might be right about the fabric softener. I've never used fabric softener once in my life. AJBR, are you admitting you use fabric softener? Look at rich guy over here. Who can afford fabric softener in this economy? Well, Miranda, you wouldn't tell us if you had, right? You keep that secret, right? You use fabric softener and dryer sheets? Oh my God. Look at this guy. Use vinegar. Vinegar is pretty cheap actually, so that's a pretty good advice. Does that work? I'll be honest, I've never been dissatisfied with the softness of my fabrics. They always seem plenty soft after I wash them. So I never really bothered. And I don't really know what what fabric sheets are for. But vinegar is super cheap, so are you saying I should use vinegar? I've never had problems with static. Oh, yeah, you know, there's a few times where I've been... I wouldn't call it lazy because it's actually more work, but where I've hand washed my clothes and then hung them out to dry. And yeah, I could see using fabric softener in that case. They do get a little... They get a little hard. When I wash it in the washing machine, though, I don't like... They seem perfectly fine to me. Super soft. You gotta be one of the only Rimworld streamers I found talking about washing and drying machines. First of all, I talk about everything you could imagine on this stream. Second of all, what do they talk about? There's only so much you can talk about in Rimworld. They don't talk about Rimworld the whole time, do they? Good for them if they do. That's impressive. I feel like the smaller amount, the less Rimworld you've played, the more easy it is to talk about Rimworld. After many thousands of hours, like I have 8,000 hours played in this game, and most of that's streamed. There's only so many things to talk about. Trust me, we've talked about way more boring topics. Let's change topics to sumo. Look. Washing your clothes is a universal concern for human beings. If we talk about sumo, everyone's going to stop talking. Is that what you want? You want everyone to go silent? Hello, Kitty. Do you like watching sumo? I watch two sports. I watch both those sports on YouTube. I watch ultra marathons. They stream them live on YouTube. They're really fun to watch. And I watch sumo wrestling. Only the official tournaments, though. That international stuff, meh. You're a Wakataka Kage fan? No, it's all about Aonishiki right now. The Ukrainian boy. A Ukrainian refugee has moved to Japan and is absolutely dominating in sumo wrestling right now. He's awesome. He's so fun to watch. The hot pot looked really good. This food that sumo wrestlers eat looks delicious, I have to say. There are a lot of really popular YouTube channels right now where they are like slice of life sumo wrestling stables. They call them stables. So where the sumo wrestlers live is called a stable. Which honestly, in our Western languages, calling it a stable seems offensive. You live in a what? We live in a stable. But anyway, these guys all live in a communal housing, and they all cook and eat together. They train together. They live their whole lives together. And there's a lot of really popular YouTube channels that show like behind the scenes in the stables, and they focus on the food usually. Like the most popular one is called Sumo Food, and it has become massively popular. And they always show them cooking. And yeah, they are really good cooks. I guess you'd have to when you have to eat that much food. You know, Miranda, I've always wondered about that. Do they actually cook the fish you catch? Or do they just tell you they do? I have always wondered that about those places. I've seen them quite a few times before, and I've always felt kind of like conspiratorial about it. Like, is that really the same fish? Did they just bring the fish into the back, put it back in the tank later, and they just give you a different fish? I could see them doing that. They're just passing that fish back and forth. The Georgian guy too. The Georgian guy retired. His name was... He smoked a lot of cigarettes. I remember that about him. What was his name? He was really popular for a long time. Man, why you got me talking about sumo wrestling? His name was Tochi Notion. The one I went to prepared everything in front of you. Oh, okay. I've seen YouTube videos of them, and they're always like take the fish away and then bring back the finished food. The ideology is a very basic starter, and we're playing fluid ideology. It's got human primacy. Had to put him down behind the stable. He turned 35. It's crazy that 35 is ancient in the sumo world. 35 is a young buck in real life, but in the sumo now you're old. Makes me feel bad. Those dudes absolutely destroy their bodies. Man, you're not kidding. They destroy their joints. They destroy their tendons. They destroy their metabolism. A lot of them get diabetes. They really suffer for the sport. In most sports, you're considered getting old in the 30s. See, that's why I watch ultra marathons, where 30s is like you're brand new to the sport. It's the cool thing about endurance. Your endurance gets better as you get older. That's why endurance sports are really fun to watch. You don't have to feel old. You can feel young again by watching people older than you dominate. Sounds like cope. I don't know what you want from me. It's the truth. Doesn't it make you feel better about life knowing that there are 75-year-olds out there running 100-mile races? Does that not make you feel better about life? Oh, we could make a bedroll. I didn't even realize I had the materials. No, it doesn't. Yeah, and you should accept aging. It's part of life, but aging can also mean getting better at some things. It doesn't mean you just get worse at it. It's not just decay. It's also progress. It's also wisdom. Because I'm 32 and sure as hell can't do that. Sure, but you could start today, and in a year, you could be doing it. At any moment, you could decide, I'm going to start doing that. In fact, a lot of the best ultramarathon runners start in their 30s or 40s. They start late. Less wear and tear on the body. It's fun. It's a fun sport to watch. The live streams are super cool. They usually go across multiple days. Like there's a really fun one that I love watching every year that goes through the desert of Arizona. It's a 250-mile race, and it usually takes them 5-6 days. They start in Phoenix and end in Flagstaff. And the live streams are super fun to watch. Do they have like a body cam attached to them? It's a lot of drones and a lot of volunteer runners who go out with handheld cameras, or mountain bikers who go out with attached cameras like helmet cams. A lot of drone shots though. I need a shelf. Please don't botch this. I'll be so sad if you botch this. And then she immediately, not even a second into it, botches it. Awesome. Awesome. Shelves stop decay, yep. Which means, yes, we could put it outside, but I don't want it to get stolen. I don't like the look of that vulture. Oh, this is not the one where I have the great bow. Rip. I sound cute. Thanks, buddy. What a nice compliment. Episode 5 of the Iceberg series got uploaded this morning if you're interested in that. Great new Iceberg. Thank you. Give it a thumbs up if you haven't. Leave a comment that doesn't ask me why I'm playing Kelvin. Why are you playing Kelvin? That's not a comment. I meant on YouTube, leave a comment. But really, even if you leave a comment on why am I playing in Kelvin, it's still a comment. It still helps with the algorithm, so. You're still helping me out, buddy. Well, we got the most dangerous break, the sad one. No, actually, this is a hide-in room, so this is less dangerous. She's not going to have to worry about animals murdering her while she's walking back and forth. She is going to get a pretty bad mood penalty. Oh, okay, never mind. She's over it. Just starving to death now. Dying of heat stroke, maybe. It's actually not that hot out. You know, actually, the sea of, I'd say, on the whole, most YouTube comments are more friendly than Twitch comments. Like, there really have only been a couple negative YouTube comments. And they're usually something just absolutely asinine. Like the one guy who lost his shit because of me referring to the melee verbs in this game. Dude lost his shit. I've never seen somebody so upset over something so trivial and incorrect on their part. That's the funniest thing. But no, I'd say YouTube comments are usually pretty good. Do you remember which video it was under? The video where I explained the melee system. It's called RimWorld Melee Explained, I think. Well, I suppose there's also the fact that I've been streaming on Twitch for 8 years now. And I've only been making YouTube videos for a year. So, I've seen a lot of Twitch chat. Not as many YouTube comments. But usually the YouTube comments encourage me to make more videos, and Twitch comments encourage me to stream less. Usually. I see the YouTube comments and I think I need to make more YouTube videos. I see the Twitch comments and I think I need to stream on Twitch less. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. There are definitely people who feel very particular about how things need to be done. That's for sure. That's absolutely the case. No, I actually love talking about random things on Twitch, and now I stream on YouTube, so I guess I should just say on stream. I don't really talk about random things on the videos. I try to stay pretty straight to the point on the videos. How did this guy have Glitter World Medicine? I love that he wasn't willing to trade the Glitter World Medicine, but he's willing to give it for free. This one's on the house. About how unrealistic and yada yada the start is? I don't know what you mean. People don't really get mad on YouTube though. Like it's happened a couple times, but very rarely. The worst the comments get are people complaining about Kelvin, but like that's... Which is interesting because no one ever complains about Kelvin on stream. Except for that one guy. That one guy yesterday or the day before, he was pretty upset about Kelvin. But other than that, people don't really seem that bothered by Kelvin on stream. But there are a few people who have been bothered by it on the YouTube videos. Well, I've done a lot of sea ice runs, so an iceberg run is kind of an easier version of sea ice. Oops, didn't mean to unequip that. Can you convert Kelvin easily in your head? Sort of. It's 27 Celsius right now. And that is... like... I don't know, like 80 something Fahrenheit? Maybe 90 Fahrenheit? If you want to convert from Kelvin to Celsius, you just subtract 273. Very easy. Converting from Celsius to Fahrenheit is the hard part. But we're in the neighborhood of 85 Fahrenheit right now. Is that right? 300K is 80? To convert from Celsius to Fahrenheit, you have to multiply Celsius by 1.8. Ooh. Multiply Celsius by 1.8 and then add 32. 27 is 80.6 Fahrenheit. Okay, so yeah, there you go. I was a little off. Whoops. Are you running? No. I just was picking up the food and bringing it in. The run I have is going really good, but I have an underground build and I'm scared of bug infestations. Do you have any melee characters? How many manhunting animals? Probably 2. Yeah, 2 guinea pigs again. I don't know why we're getting so many manhunting guinea pigs. No, I'm not gonna fight them. Infestations are definitely scary at first, but there are things you can do to make them much, much easier. And once you have a little bit of practice with it, infestations will become one of the easier ways to... Or sorry, one of the easier raids to deal with. Oh, okay, so you've seen it happen before. You don't necessarily have to use grenades. You can just have people stand behind them with a gun. Can you reply to comments on YouTube chat? I don't know. I don't think so. Why does he close his half of house? Because I started by only building this. This is all I built to start with. And then I'm adding on to it, and then I'm going to take this middle wall out. I don't have very many resources right now, though. Oh, Caroline's tough? Uh-oh. That's not good. I'm scared. Yeah, I plan on deconstructing this as soon as I get this wall built. Did she get hit in the legs? Oh, no, but she has a bad back, so... Oh, I swear to God, if you start... Well, that's not good. Does the trick with opening a door and shooting while it's closing still work? Yes. My home, my home. Well, this is not good. Oh no, it spread again. Caroline, you're a real asshole, okay? Excuse my language. But Caroline's a real jerk. I mean, I guess it's not the end of the world if our hut burns down, but... Normally, I find it very annoying when a raider stops to start a fire, but I feel like at this point, it's kind of fitting. That was a good move. My question is, how did she start the fire so quickly? You can't just put a lighter up to a wooden wall and have it catch on fire. I think it would have been really funny if Caroline caught on fire there. Guys, I think I'm going to have to sacrifice the house. It's not driftwood though. It's a bunch of cactus. Yeah, I can't put the fire out at this point. Man, you are really bad at shooting that bow. Unfortunately, the bow is awful, so that doesn't help. Yeah, the improvised emu device, the IED, didn't go off. Yeah. At least the wealth will go down. Yeah, we'll go from 2,000 wealth to 1,000 wealth. Oh, you've done the damage and you're fleeing. You know what? No, you don't get to leave alive. I'm going to have at least a little bit of payback. Alright, what can we save? Can we save any of it? Probably not. Hey, we saved some of it. Yeah, unfortunately Caroline had it coming. I had no choice. Alright, so now you'll get to see how I build the hut again. Oh, and then she botches. Awesome. 2 botches. Yeah, so you were asking earlier, why do I have a wall down the middle? Now you see how I build the starter hut, and then I expand from there. How much did it go down by? Honestly, not a lot. We're at 21.95. The silver lining is the palm tree's fine. You can't have a desert island without a palm tree. I do have my tribal wear still, so we're not starting over completely. No, I don't need a bed, I need a door. The bed's really not that important. It gives a little bit of immunity gain, but... yeah, exactly, you get it. It's a little pile of sand in the middle of the ocean with a palm tree right in the center. Yeah, but comfort's not going to really make a big difference on this map. Not right now, at least. Not as much as a door will. You need to get some recreation. Oh, I forgot to switch that over. Let's set a full-time recreation schedule. Oops. Awesome, Nathan. Thanks for leaving that comment on YouTube that I'm not going to answer. Yeah, honestly, I thought up until, what was it, yesterday or the day before, I didn't think it gave comfort. It just doesn't make any sense to me that it gives comfort. She's kind of, I guess she's kind of creating a little divot in the sand where she sleeps. And it's creating her body shape. This is my spot. This is my sand divot. Oh no, that could have been worse. We could have lost more. Hey, an emu has self-tamed. She would definitely be more happy if the area wasn't covered in blood. That's absolutely correct. We could potentially use the emu until it goes wild again. Oh, hey, there's a burned stump. Hey, Raphael, how are you today? Yeah, uncomfortable is only -3. It's not huge. The ugly environment, on the other hand, -10. We do really need to clean this place up. In the middle of a sandstorm? Clean up your sandy island in the middle of a sandstorm. Yeah, you know, it's always been strange to me that eating without a table has become such a meme when it's such a tiny little penalty. Although I guess when you compare it to the penalties of other things, it is pretty silly. Wouldn't a sandstorm kind of make the island bigger from the damp water? Yeah, you'd think so. Wouldn't that be kind of nice? Oh, for a little swim. Why is she using a broom on sand anyway? She's kind of like turning the sand over. Don't think of it as sweeping the sand. Think of it as flipping the sand over. I wish we could set it so she'd only fish if there's under a certain amount of raw ingredients in the colony. Wouldn't that be nice? Tilling the sand? Yeah, flipping it like a pancake. There you go. A sand cake. Don't eat the sand cake. Don't eat the crab dip. Hey, hey. Sorry. Sorry, I was having a moment. I'm sure one of you knows where that's from. But only one. It is from Community, yeah, you got me. Thanks, Ba. How do you pronounce your name? Baka? Baka? Doesn't that mean dumb? I'm calling you dumb. I'm just saying, doesn't Baka mean dumb? Hey, San. Sorry if I mispronounce you guys' names. Just correct me if I mispronounce it. The meme? Oh, man. So I'm missing out. Okay, you're going to have to show me the meme. I guess I'm not up to date. Like I said, Hugh, one person would get it. I called it. One person. Seeing? Well, my entire hut got burned down, or at least most of it, so now we're in the rebuild process. So it might be a little risky. That gives me enough for an animal flap up here, and then we can build the door again. Please don't botch. Okay, good. Emily's guinea pigs. An 11-year-old who's running from guinea pigs? Emily, you don't have to be afraid of guinea pigs. Unless they're trying to murder you. They're pretty dangerous. Yeah, we're not going to be doing a lot of growing on this map until we get hydroponics. We could build a shelf with that 10 wood. Although I don't have anything to put in the shelf now, so... Oh, you need to start fishing again. Let's put fishing on a 2. Construction on a 1. Plant cutting and growing we'll put on a 2. Growing doesn't matter, but plant cutting matters. Ramos is really unhappy. She's simultaneously unhappy with the food she's eating and unhappy she's not getting food. No, it's not a matter of fertility. It's a matter of not being able to put a grow zone down. You just cannot place a grow zone on sand. I bet you could grow potatoes on 10% fertility if it actually lets you. I think I gotta try to get as much medicine as I can. Man, of all the reasons to be afraid of a guinea pig or a hamster, I've never heard that one before. Would a moisture pump make sand or dirt? So, I haven't tried it myself, but somebody told me the other day you cannot moisture pump ocean water, even if it's shallow. You can moisture pump normal water that's shallow, not deep water. I was under the impression that you'd be able to moisture pump shallow ocean water, but I guess you cannot, so neither. Which works out because I was planning on not using a moisture pump at all. I don't think that's right. I don't know. I really don't know. Probably pretty easy to test in dev mode. Like I said, though, I don't plan on using a moisture pump at all. I'm planning on building on bridges as part of the challenge. When I was thinking about this challenge, I was envisioning like a bridge city. You just gotta believe. What was the name of that book? That's how the town is in Waterworld when they visit the atoll. Just a bunch of floating houses. Might be time to build a campfire. I do need to be careful about the next heat wave, though. Although, we're surviving up to 314, which is pretty good. I don't know, Ma. I've been wondering the same thing, and I haven't really gone out of my way to thoroughly test it. I've been cutting as soon as I possibly can because it gives us 8 wood total. I was thinking maybe the best time to cut it would be once it gives us 10 wood total. I feel like watching Waterworld today would be a lot more depressing than watching it when it first came out, though. Because when it first came out, the thought of melting ice caps was still kind of science fiction. At least for most of us. And now... oh. Yeah. Now it's just kind of depressing. You should watch Waterworld and let us know what you think about it. Let us know if you like it. No, he doesn't drink it. He puts it through a water distiller, water purifier, whatever it is. And then it breaks, so he's got to go to the town to trade for a water purifier. Oh, awesome, a tantrum. Product per day is 1.63. That still doesn't tell me what the ideal day to cut is. Please don't destroy the walls. Awesome. There go 50. There goes 50 camel hide. I'm really enjoying watching this. That was painful. That was really painful. That was not fun. I guess she didn't like how she rebuilt it. She got frustrated, tore it down. Now I don't have a door. At least I can wall it in if we get a Manhunter pack. Emu 1 has started to roam away. This might give me... Oh, I was gonna say, yeah, give me Animal Flap. Better than nothing. We did get level 3 construction, so we can build traps now. Hey, Jen is a castaway. Jen was the only survivor of a ship crash on an uninhabited animal world. For many years until her rescue, she scrounged an existence out of whatever she could find. Her survival skills became razor sharp, but spending so long alone severely dampened her conversational abilities. I don't buy it. The Blade Runner book? Do androids dream of electric sheep? That book is really good. Earlier we were talking about science fiction that uses the hero's journey as a framework and how Star Wars was a very generic ripoff of the hero's journey. You know what? That book is a perfect example of how to take the hero's journey, put it into sci-fi, and spice it up and make it interesting. One of the classic tropes of the hero's journey is being swallowed by a whale and being digested and then escaping. And there's a scene when in the book where Decker, that's his name, right? That's been a while since I've read it. Decker is entering into this is sort of like this moment where he's realizing that the system they use is flawed. And the author describes the police precinct that he's entering as taking the form of the I think he describes it as the rib cage of a whale, of a massive whale. And that whole scene that follows is Deckard being swallowed by the whale and sort of digested and disintegrated, and then he escapes and he's someone new after that. It's pretty good. He starts out as just a normal cop, yeah? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, none the wiser, but I think even if you look at it through the lens of the 70s, it's pretty low effort sci-fi. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying Stargate is better. That's all I'm saying. Oh my god, we got goats. We've gone full Robinson Crusoe. No, I think people absolutely loved Star Wars when it first came out, didn't they? Yes, the effects, the practical effects of Star Wars are amazing. I'm talking about the story writing. I'm not talking about the filming. I'm not talking about the acting. I'm not talking about the costumes. I'm not talking about the effects. I'm just talking about the story writing. Did you know that George Lucas and Joseph Campbell became very good friends? Just an interesting tidbit about the way George Lucas wrote his stories. In fact, George Lucas invited Joseph Campbell out to visit several times. I just find that a fascinating little piece of history. If you ever get the opportunity, read a book called The Hero with a Thousand Faces. It's Joseph Campbell putting forward this theory that our storytelling takes on a underlying framework that has been around for as long as human beings have been human beings. And that it's part of our subconscious, that we can't get away from telling stories in this way. And he identified all of the different stages of this story as they appear in both mythology and modern storytelling. If you read the book and then you go back and watch Star Wars, you'll realize exactly what I'm talking about. It is that framework to a T. It's as if George Lucas, and this is exactly what happened, George Lucas read that book and thought, I'm gonna make this into a movie, but in space. The book is called A Hero with a Thousand Faces. The Hero with a Thousand Faces? There's also a secondary book made for writers called I think it's called The Writer's Journey, which was written, I want to say, in the 80s. It was written in 1992 and became massively influential in Hollywood writing. A lot of really famous filmmakers and film screenplay writers they took The Writer's Journey and they based their writing on that. You'll see a massive amount of crossover between modern movies and these ideas. Yeah, The Hero with a Thousand Faces. It's an interesting read. I'm not saying it's all factual because it is a literary hypothesis about storytelling. And there's people who disagree with it and say he's wrong. But it's really interesting to read. Because Joseph Campbell says there is no way to write a story other than in this way. That no matter what, you'll see the story if it eventually takes this form. It's very interesting. Will there be enough to graze with the ostrich around? Probably not. We're probably going to have to do something about that ostrich. If you're interested in that subject, there's also a really good book called The Morphology of the Folktale, or Morphology of the Folktale, which is written by Vladimir Propp, who basically took the same view of storytelling, but he's more interested in Russian folklore. So he analyzes Russian folklore for similar structure and identifies all of the same features that Joseph Campbell identifies, and quite a few more. I think there's something like 27 principles of Russian folklore, whereas Joseph Campbell only identifies, I think, like 7. I forget. It's been a little while since I've read it. Anyway, it's an interesting subject. I've gone on about it enough. It gave us time to grow some more cactus. I don't know how I'm going to keep the goats. No, I cut down the palm tree in one run and it didn't give very much, so now it's a sacred tree. Can you make kibble from fish, and will goats eat kibble? Yeah, I think so. The problem is we don't have any any vegetables to make into kibble. Unfortunately, the palm tree does get destroyed on occasion. Sad, but... No, the ostrich is wild, and that's why I'm not getting rid of it. I'm scared of it. That thing could kill me. What do we need a volleyball for? We got goats. Well, food poisoning is not great. I don't know how I feel about going swimming in the middle of a sandstorm. It sounds dangerous. Well, let's try letting the cactus grow longer, and then only cutting it down if I am at the point where I can use it for something useful instead of just letting it sit in the stockpile. Hey, male goats have nipples too, don't they? At max, it gives 12 for the cactus and 2 for the stump, so 14. Is it really worth it? I'm not convinced it is. I guess to a certain degree it has to be because we don't have an infinite number of cactus popping up. They'll continuously pop up, but we still have a finite amount over a certain amount of time. Yeah. I'm probably overcomplicating it. But there's only a certain number of cactus that can appear on the island. If the island was 11 by 11. I thought about making it like a 5 by 5, but then I thought, let's make it a little bit more like let's make it a little more organic. And I tried a few different shapes to have a more organic island, and I ended up with an oval. Is this possible from skill, or is this possible from luck? What's the difference? I didn't mean to reject that. Oops. Svetlana, no. I need to hunt those dromedary. I never got rid of this little section down here. Oops. Plus, I don't know... I'm assuming the grass doesn't stop the cactus from growing. Or the dandelions. I really want to hunt these dromedary, but I don't want to go all the way out there. You do not have to have... so in that regard, no. You do not have to get lucky and have a certain thing happen to continue. No, you could skill your way through this playthrough in that way. But there are some things out of your control, right? Like... I could have a 20 skill shooter with the best gun in the game and still miss all my shots. That might be a little bit of an exaggeration, but... I had a run where cargo pods landed on top of the pawn and sliced her neck open and she bled to death. So it's like, well... You can't get unlucky. It would be really hard to beat this run if you're unlucky, but you don't have to rely on luck to win. Yes, the cargo pods were filled with blood. In the most ironic twist of all time. Progression is slow. How quickly you progress is luck-based. That part's true. Oh, poor crab. Finally got rid of our crab infestation at least, though. That's good. I don't know how long I have to stream for today. I need to go buy a new pair of shoes before tomorrow. I've been putting it off for a couple weeks now. Why before tomorrow? I always do my long run on Saturday mornings. I'm going trail running tomorrow. My old trail running shoes are dead. I'm sick of doing my long runs on the road. It's boring. It's like you spend 2 or 3 hours on the road. It's like I don't want to. I don't want to. I want to go out in the woods. So I'm gonna go out to the state park tomorrow. Probably a 3-hour run tomorrow. What's the plan even? Slowly build out with wood? Yeah, basically. We're not going to pump out little sections. No, we're not using the moisture pump at all. We're going to be building on bridges. So the vast majority of the buildings will be built on heavy bridges, which is part of Odyssey. Heavy bridges can carry everything. So really the big early game hurdle is getting research going and getting a smelter going, which also includes getting power going. So once we get our first smelter, we get our research going, things will be a lot smoother. I definitely should have went out and took shots at her, but oh well, Julie, no. Does the wood from stumps scale with grow time on cactus? No, you always get 2. But then again, that wood's not going anywhere. That's the thing. If I got to the point where more cactus weren't going to spawn, then that would be an issue. I'm going to be in a lot of trouble if I don't at least land one shot. Okay, and that's exactly where we are. I'm just waiting on steel for a research bench. Yep, I need 25 steel for the research bench. I need 170 steel for the smelter and 100 steel for the generator. Bridges only carry wood? No, normal bridges only carry wood. Heavy bridges are made of steel and carry everything. Yeah, she might burn my house down again. We'll see what happens. Or I get lucky and get the shot on the ostrich. I'd rather lose the horseshoe, to be honest with you. Run! Alright. That went pretty well. Yes, this is still the awful quality bow. I really should try to make a new one. She just has really bad crafting skill. She has 9 shooting, 6 melee, 7 animals. Burning passion for cooking, but she doesn't do much cooking at the moment. No cannibalism. I tend to not do cannibalism in my runs if I can help it at all. I just find it kind of boring. People jump to cannibalism way too quickly in this game. Yeah, but if you can fish, you don't really need food. The leather, okay, but that's disgusting, and I don't want to. No, thank you. Is that a Ron Swanson quote? Oh, you can still milk the goat while it's under the rope? That's cool. I guess they just don't breed. Alright, we've got milk. Yes, I say milk weird. Only we could make cheese. Which seems a little bit ironic, right? Because someone almost certainly taught Ron Swanson how to fish. Do Canadian people say milk? You say it with an A? No, I say it with an E. Milk. I don't say milk. Did you add the fishing research to yourself in dev mode when you started? I did, yes. That's part of the scenario. Oh, sorry, I didn't use dev mode. I edited the scenario. I took Naked Brutality and I edited it to include research. Was a plot to an episode that Ron's father is the one who taught him how to fish? Yeah. More guinea pigs. Another child being chased by guinea pigs. What's going on? What is up with this place? This place is cursed. Haunted by guinea pigs. Hunted by guinea pigs. Yeah, and I have considered changing my strategy up a little bit to include more pawns in the early game. Trying to recruit more pawns, but I don't know. The second one's definitely not a bad idea. Did you create that scenario? 3 seconds later the game ends. That sounds bad. No, food won't be an issue. Well, that's not entirely true because we do still have a fish population. And because I created this map, it's a coastal island, but I guess there wasn't that much ocean to begin with. Or at least not as much as I would have liked because the fish population is pretty small. I find it very strange that we don't have like 800 fish. I don't know. Yeah, can you change the fish pop with dev mode? I don't know. It's an interesting question. If the ocean was this big to start with, there'd be like 900 fish in it. I almost wonder if it would be better to start off with an atoll. Or an archipelago. Instead of a coastal island. No, there's no benefit to starting with fewer pawns besides it's harder. Sometimes it's required, like if you're playing on sea ice, because you don't have any food coming in. Since we can fish here, it's not that big a deal. Actually, you can fish on sea ice now, so... Be back in just a second. Alright, I'm back. We are 9 subs away from our Twitch weekly goal. If anyone has a Twitch Prime sub you're not using, I would greatly appreciate if you use it here. Help us get to our goal. Be very kind. I would appreciate it. If not, at least make sure you follow the channel on Twitch. Make sure you go subscribe over on YouTube. Because why not? That's the best reason I have. Why not? Nope, Rainbow's good. Hey, Soul Angel, how are you today? Well, that's good. When I don't cut the trees down, or the cactus down right away, I do feel like... I don't know, I feel like I'm not progressing as much, which is a bit silly. Definitely should have stored that inside. That's my bad. I don't think we need to do a test. I'm pretty confident that letting him grow is better. Just gotta get over that mental hurdle. Probably not gonna stream for too much longer today. Got some errands I gotta run. I will not be streaming tomorrow. Tomorrow I always take Saturdays off. I go outside all day. Go out in the woods. I'm gonna try to stream Sunday though. I was planning on getting all my errands done yesterday and then streaming for a while today, but it didn't work out that way. Ended up finishing the iceberg video yesterday. That was good. But that means I need to finish my errands today. I don't think we're ever going to get to the point where we don't have room to grow more cactus. You have a life? Well, I don't know that I would call it that. Nope, I mostly Work on the stream, work on the YouTube channel, exercise, sleep. That's usually what I do. There will be slightly more space when you move fully onto bridges. Yep, yeah. How'd you create this map? I chose a coastal island on a desert tile, and then I used dev mode to delete all of the surface of the map, and then I use the terrain editor in dev mode to change it all to water and to make a little island in the center with a palm tree. And then I backed up the save file so I can restart without having to remake it every time. If you want to try this out for yourself, but you don't want to spend the time to make the map, and admittedly, it takes not very much time, like 5-10 minutes. You have to go full Robinson, you need to build an unstable boat. Yeah, a boat that almost gets me killed. And then realize that was a terrible idea, I should never do that again. I guess he eventually does use it as a coastal boat, though, doesn't he? To explore the island. Actually, isn't that when he almost dies when he goes exploring the island? I say spoiler alert, but the book was written like 400 years ago, so I think the statute of limitations is expired on that one. But yeah, if you want to join Discord, I copied the save file if you don't want to do it yourself. There's a link to Discord, and I'll post it in YouTube chat too for anyone that wants to join Discord. And you could just join Discord to come chat with us off stream. That's cool too. I always post when the stream's going live if that's helpful for you. Yeah, sorry. You could ask him to. Maybe one of them would. You just joined? Yeah, the view count on Twitch always spikes around DLCs, but then tends to fall back down to, you know, like 1,000-ish. There's a lot of people who play RimWorld consistently. Like the concurrent numbers is like, it's like there's always like 30,000 people playing, but most of those people are not watching Twitch. I guess you need to stream for another 5 hours. I don't. I don't know. It doesn't say anyone joined. Discord, that is. Weird. Weird. Hey, Ramos is 18 now. She had another birthday. Well, no, I guess not. She didn't have a full birthday. She's just aging quicker. You know, I was thinking about it. We should probably get a new icon for our Discord channel, shouldn't we? I should probably pay somebody to make one. Hey, her pet goats are awesome. No, I love that art. I think it's fantastic, but I worry it's meaningless to too many people, that they'll see it and think that's weird, and then be off-put by it. Take a snip of this palm tree and use it. Nah, no. Need something professionally made. Isn't that the art of Jesus that some old lady fixed? Exactly, yes. That's exactly it. It's really funny. She tried to restore it and turned it into a monstrosity. I'll draw something for you? You can. I won't promise to use it, but I'll definitely consider it. You do charcoal drawing. That's really cool. That's really, really cool. Yeah, we haven't had enough priceless historical art ruined lately, have we? What if you shave like a piece of wood each day from the tree? Will it will just grow back like a cork tree? Are cork trees called cork trees, or is the name of the tree something else? Have you ever watched them harvest cork from trees, though? It's pretty satisfying. Or like the trees they harvest cinnamon from. Well, that might kill the cinnamon tree, or the tree. I don't know if they're called cinnamon trees. But they harvest cinnamon from trees. I wonder what the maximum number of cactus we can get on this island are right now. Yeah, I've had an anima tree spawn quite a few times. Last run that was going really well when we had 2 pawns. One of my pawns was tribal, so she could meditate at it. We eat trees a lot more often than people think, yeah? I eat trees every single day of my life. Maple syrup. Goodman. It's all good, man. Hey, Vaslam, how are you today? I wouldn't call it a syrup addiction. I have oatmeal every morning and I put maple syrup in my oatmeal. I don't eat it with anything else. Well, NDK was the other pawn, and NDK got murdered by Ramos. Ramos tried to stop NDK from an insulting spree. And meleeed NDK, meleeed her over and over. The knee spike did a lot of damage. Just gonna stream for a little bit longer today, guys. Right till like 1. Like I said, tomorrow I am not streaming. Saturday is always my day off. Sunday, I usually take off, but this week I'm going to try to stream on Sunday. I haven't streamed on a Sunday in a while, so this week I'm going to try to stream Sunday. If you guys want to catch the next installment of this run. I'm hoping to have episode 14 of the family only run up on YouTube soon. Gonna work on that over the weekend. Maybe I'll have it ready by Monday? Maybe. You guys have any fun plans for your weekend? Anybody do anything fun? Yeah, knee spike's really good. It's almost like 8 DPS and I think it's got like 28% armor pen. Things to cry about. I'm sorry. That's sad. You're playing some tabletop RPGs. Oh, that sounds fun. Did you get your computer all set up, Volrath, or is that what you're doing this weekend? I don't know. Sometimes spending money is fun, but I feel like spending money on a brand new computer is pretty fun. I'm gonna go claim a park or something for myself. You gonna climb up a tree? I'm going to a state. Our state government in Michigan almost got shut down at the same time too. They averted the shutdown, but we almost got it shut down in Michigan as well. Going to a state park tomorrow, so that's not getting shut down. Making chili this weekend. Oh, that sounds delicious. Do you have a recipe that you always use, or are you trying something else out? Oh yeah, heals for hugs, but sorry, I am ending soon. Short stream today. I was really hoping to do a long stream today and get all my errands done yesterday, but unfortunately, I did not. I spent the rest of the day working on the iceberg episode, the next iceberg episode. Episode 5 is up on YouTube, though, for anyone that wants to watch it. Yeah, I'm sorry. I will be live on Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern. And then all week next week. Hopefully I'll have good length streams. Yesterday and today are a bit shorter streams. Fog. Interesting. I could use the plasteel. You made your own jalapeno cheddar cornbread? Oh my god, that sounds amazing. I want to try that. Is it pronounced poke bowls or poke bowls? Poke bowls sounds... That's like raw fish and rice, right? It's other vegetables. I need to get a good chili recipe that I can just use over and over again. Every time I make chili, it just doesn't end up as good as I want it to be. For those of you guys who just tuned into the stream earlier, we had a raid come and it burned down my whole house. It was pretty rude. You went with chicken teriyaki eel and spicy crab? Was it cooked? Like cooked eel? Do beans belong in your chili? Yes. I don't really eat meat, so if I didn't put beans in my chili, it would just be like vegetable soup. And there's nothing wrong with vegetable soup, but... Yeah, that's still okay? Yeah. I didn't know that. Eel has to be cooked because the blood is toxic? I did not know that. I use a lot of lentils when I make chili. Lentils are cheap. Did I just actually finish the hut before I go? But I need to go soon. Maybe these dromedaries will come down. What's in Mongolian chili? I've never heard of that before. Yeah, Vastlin, but couldn't you say that about a meat chili? Like, isn't just an all-meat chili just meat stew? Silver fence or silver wall? What would you say is better? How much silver does a fence take? 10? Silver wall is a little bit better, because then it adds beauty to the room. Actually, speaking of, I do have 50 silver. We could fill that in. Oh, we're getting so close. So close. So close. Yeah, I'm not the one who called it that. I'm just saying, isn't a no bean chili with just meat a meat stew? That's all I said. Well, no, I didn't phrase it like that. I phrased it, if you're going to call a bean only chili bean stew, then you have to. Anyway, I can't remember specifically how I phrased it. Chili using green beans does sound a bit peculiar, I have to admit. I would try it. But that does sound a little strange. Can you fish inside the house and access the outside? Yeah. No, you just fish like this. At least we got our first section of the hut done. Alright guys, 1 p.m. I'm going to pause here for the day. Thank you so much for hanging out. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Make sure you follow me on Twitch. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube. Go check out episode 5 of the Iceberg run. Episode 14 of the Family Only run will be up soon. I'll be live again Sunday morning. No stream tomorrow. But I'll be live Sunday morning, and then I will be live every day this week. Monday through Friday. I always start the stream at 10 a.m. Eastern. I don't know what time that is where you guys live, but it's 1 p.m. Eastern right now. And I've been streaming for 3 hours. So 3 hours ago, whatever time that is, that's when I start. Emily, any family run spoilers you want to drop? I mean, I'm happy to tell you in private. But I don't want to spoil it for people who are still watching the series. Yeah, I think that's everything. Go check out my Patreon. There's a link somewhere. Subscribe on Twitch. Become a member on YouTube. All those fun things. I'll see you guys Sunday. Oh yeah, join Discord here. Here's the link to Discord again. Oops. Come chat with us off stream. Because it's fun. Alright, I'll see you guys Sunday.